I've been learning Spanish since 2021. I found the best way to practice is to go and speak to people, whether that's in Spain, Mexico, Peru, wherever I am. But as far as learning words, I have been using Duolingo for quite some time. But today, I started asking ChatGPT some questions about some elements of Spanish that I didn't understand. And oh my gosh, it is so powerful. So I'm going to show you exactly what ChatGPT can do to help you learn a new language. Okay, so I started off with a basic question about conjugation. This is like day one of learning Spanish, right? But it does it so well. I used to write this down in a notebook, but what I can do is just copy and paste this and just put it into a Google Drive or make a screenshot. So I've said here, I really struggle to translate English into Spanish for sentences like, I will give it to you. What comes first, the subject or the object? Explains that to me. By the way, Duolingo, you can't do this. If you've ever used it, it just gives you sentences. It has a little pop-up at the start of each lesson explaining grammar, but you can't have this one-on-one, conversation with Duolingo explaining why is it wrong. Here we go. And then it says at the end of the prompt, would you like to try a tiny, that's hard to say. I can't even speak English, let alone Spanish. Would you like to try a tiny practice drill? And I say yes. And then it gives you 5 example sentences based, not just random like it's in Duolingo, based on the thing that you're actually struggling with. And I'm sure it could offer you 10, 20, however many you wanted if you want. So here I got some wrong. It explains which ones I got wrong and why, which Duolingo doesn't do. And it even gives me like a final results table, as you can see here. That's pretty cool. And look at this, what to work on for next time. Okay, I said, can you list the 100 most, Jesus. Okay, so I've asked, can you list the 100 most common verbs in English and Spanish? It does that. This is for my practice sessions, right? And then at the end, it says, would you like me to also give you a mini PDF or downloadable version for easy study? No charge, I can create it super fast if you want. Didn't know ChatGPT could do that. I said yes, and it has a link to download it. Boom, really good. Okay, so just for the purposes of this video, I said, please explain how else you can help me learn Spanish. Feel free to include reasons why you're better than Duolingo. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say about that. Customize explanations. Don't just follow a rigid curriculum. I adjust explanations based on how you think, your current level and your struggles. Confusion between low and loud, like you mentioned earlier. That's right. You can ask anything 100 times and I'll rephrase it differently each time until it clicks. Duolingo mostly fixed phrases with little personal tailoring. That is right. Anyway, I can practice conversations with you in Spanish at any level. We're going to get to that later. Real useful sentences you would actually say in real life, not just the penguin drinks milk like in Duolingo. And we can practice how to order coffee, how to flirt. Oh, there we go. Let's do that in a second in this video. Grammar made simple. I can make custom cheat sheets, charts, or even funny tricks to memorize things faster. And as I said, Duolingo doesn't really do that. Personalized quizzes and flashcards, which I showed you earlier. Also, yes, slang. Oh, and then it just prompts me out of the blue. Would you like me to suggest a simple 5-day plan you can start with today to build momentum? You're damn right I do. I said, okay, suggest a 5-day plan, but bear in mind that I'm an intermediate Spanish speaker who has been practicing for 5 years, on and off. So here is my plan. I'll just let you read that for yourself. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And I promise you, now I love like the competitive version and competing with your friends on Duolingo because I love to win at things, but Duolingo isn't offering anything close to these personalized 5-day plans. So now we're gonna have a conversation in Spanish where I try to flirt with you and get your phone number, but please correct me if my Spanish is incorrect. It says, go ahead and start with your first line and I'll respond. Okay, so I'm going to say, disculpe. The one thing with this, and please help me if you know how to do this, the accents. There's no really quick way to get the accents up here. So I feel like I've not tried this before. It might be correcting me on the accents quite a lot. Disculpe, I just saw you, te vi, and I think you look. How did I not see it? I haven't said this to a girl in a very long time. You seem very interesting, and I wanted estoy querido to talk to you. I don't think that's very good. Let's see what it says. You're doing great. Here's the corrected version of your sentence. Disculpa, te vi y creo pareces muy bonita. Me gustaría, I would like to talk contigo. Yeah, of course. Jesus, that's embarrassing. And it here we go, explains what I got wrong. Okay, so disculpe is formal, disculpa is more informal. Interesting. Creo parece should be creo que pareces. Estoy querido isn't quite right at all. And hablarte. Now try again if you like, or I can continue. Let's have it continue. It says, hola, gracias por el cumplido. ¿Cómo te llamas? Okay. Mi nombre es Joe y soy de Inglaterra. This really is going to be revealing my level of not being an intermediate, isn't it? I like your style. Me gusta tu estilo. Or is it su? I will soon find out. You're very close. My name is Joe, and mi nombre es Joe y soy de Inglaterra. Me gusta tu estilo. So I got esta instead of es, and everything else is perfect. Well, you see how easy this is to learn the things that you want to say, and then for it to speak back to you. And if you think that's not enough, I've downloaded the ChatGPT app to my phone, and it works a lot smoother and faster for translating your conversations in real time. Okay? You say, translate everything I say into Spanish, please.
Por favor, traduce todo lo que digo al español.
That's because I already asked it to do that. I would like a ham sandwich.
Me gustaría un bocadillo de jamón.
Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I have not really made this before, but I wanted to show people.
Por favor, denle me gusta y suscríbanse si disfrutaron este video. No lo había hecho antes, pero quería mostrarles.
Yeah, we get it. See you later. Bye 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 bye.